Welcome to the Rustic Garden Homestead. This video is all about refreshing your container soil. Absolutely do not throw it away and replace it. That's the biggest waste of money. You don't need to do that. Every 2 or 3 years, just follow these basic principles I'm going to show you and refresh your container mix. I'm going to be focusing on these vertical planters from GreenStalk Garden. They are containers that are just stacked. You can grow so much in these towers in a little 3 foot by 3 foot space. Let me talk a little bit about GreenStalk, and then I'll get to the basic principles I use to refresh my container mix. I've been growing in GreenStalk vertical planters for 10 years. Either the one right there or the guy over here is 10 years old. It was the first container that I got, and they sit out here 24/7. And that's one of the big reasons that I love this product and fully back it. If I press on here now, there's no cracking, there's no breakage, maybe slight fading over 10 years, which is really good. But they can be expensive for budgets. I think they're pretty reasonably priced. Right now, there's a sale going on through Mother's Day, $50 off on any of their vertical planters. But even at $150 for this system, where you can grow vertically in a little 3 foot by 3 foot space, divide that out over 10 years, and that's about $15. And they always have sales, free shipping if you reach a certain threshold. So it's really inexpensive, in my opinion, over the long run. But it's absolutely beautiful. Now, the key is that you don't have to throw your soil away. That's an expense to fill it up. I'm going to do a video right after this one on setting these up, from basically getting them out of the box, planting them up with strawberries, peppers, and some other things. So if you're interested, please subscribe and follow me. But I just want to show you how to refreshen this soil, save yourself some money, and get this set up for another 2 or 3 years of growing. You only have to refresh the soil every 2 or 3 years. All right, let's go over to the containers that I'm going to refresh. These are the 2 containers that we're going to be refreshing the soil. Again, remember, you do not need to throw your soil away. Huge waste of money. It's also important to understand, unlike your raised beds, your earth beds, it's not really a living ecosystem like's in the ground. There's not a lot of worms, the microbes are different. So you're really setting the soil up differently for containers. The key for containers is the soil drains well, holds moisture, nice and loose. That's all you're going for. I recommend nowadays really putting in compost, if you have it, as your fertilizer that goes into the container mix. Skip the organic granular fertilizer. It really doesn't add a whole lot. It's an extra cost. And that's because for organic granular fertilizers to really work, microbes have to break it down, get it ready for the plant to use and all that. And you can do it. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, but it's an extra cost. It's the water-soluble fertilizers that you're going to use, chemical, organic, whatever you want to use. I recommend nowadays hitting it with a chemical fertilizer first when you put in your transplants. That gives the plants just everything it needs. And then go to the organic ways. I recommend AgroThrive for that. So chemical type first, hit all your bases, get all the nutrients into the container, and then I go with an organic fertilizer for the rest of the season. Organic, chemical type, water soluble, means that the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all the nutrients are in the water soluble form. The plant can use them right away, and that's really key for good growth. Now, to refresh the containers, I'm just going to dump them all out onto the tarp. I'm going to kind of assess them for, their fluffiness and see how they look, make sure they're not too heavy. We're going to add in Peatmoss. And what I generally recommend is 2/3 is going to be your container mix. 1/3 is going to be Peatmoss, or a combination of Peatmoss and compost if you have it. Blend it together. That addition of the peat and compost makes a great container mix. You refill, you plant, you're good to go. Keep it simple. This is one of my favorite parts. You can see that the containers really develop nice root systems. Root systems fill it up, keep everything sort of in shape to the container. You want to break this all up. You want to assess your soil. And this isn't bad. It could use a little more compost or peat. It's a little bit sandy. It's going to drain well, but it doesn't have a lot in there to hold the moisture. And when your plants are small, watering's not a big deal. Come into June, July, plants are larger, it's hot out. The containers are really going to lose their water quickly to the plants. So you want to have that compost and peat in there to hold the water. Come July, midsummer, you may have to water these twice a day. That's not a function of a poor product. That's just a function of container gardening. Large plants, hot summer. So go through, break everything up. You can leave the roots in there. That will naturally decay, you know, feed the plants eventually. But it's the water-soluble fertilizer that's gonna make all the difference. So I am just dumping, breaking up the soil, and then we're gonna prep it. This is all 5 tiers of the GreenStalk vertical planter dumped out. And I recommend just doing 1 planter at a time. If not, you get too much soil and it's really hard to mix everything through. Now, the ratios I'm giving you aren't something you have to follow exactly. Your soil's gonna vary. You want something loose. This is pretty good. Break everything up like I was saying. But I wanna add in some compost and I wanna add in some peatmoss. When I say about 1/3, you kind of look at the pile and, you know, kind of divide down there. I mean, something like this, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. You're going to match, and this is where it gets a little confusing, about that much peat moss, and here's the peat moss. About that much, you know, 1/3, match that. So you're really gonna end up with 4 portions that are roughly equal. It doesn't have to be perfect. So it's gonna be about 25% of the entire pile. But I just eyeball what I dump out, divide it down, you know, like that. And I'm like, you know, that's about 1/3. And then I wanna match this amount to a combo of peat and compost. You can go either way, all compost, all peat, combination of both. Mix that through, it's gonna be nice and loose. Get it back into the containers and it's gonna be ready for planting. And please follow me. I'll show you how to plant and care for all kinds of summer crops and cool weather crops that you can grow in the GreenStalk vertical planters. And if you wanna save additional money, use my code and my link, The Rusted Garden, and you'll save additional money to the sale that's going on. And again, right now through Mother's Day, a little bit past that, it's 50%, not 50%, let me be clear. It's $50 off any of these vertical planters. They have different sizes and different types, just depends on what you're looking for. I want to stress that I'm just giving you principles for making a container mix, doing the refresh. I will link some videos in the video description from the past years showing you how I make a container mix, saves you money, and then you could just, you know, fill up your GreenStalk. For refreshing, these are just general principles. So I have my peat moss down. You know, it's gonna end up being a little bit more than 1/3 because it just spilled out a whole lot. I'm gonna throw in my compost. This is my leaf compost. And this has good bacteria in there. You can see the white, there's fungal growth in there. That's gonna add all good stuff to your soil and give it, you know, the microbes that it needs. But again, container growing is very different than growing in earth beds where you have a different kind of ecosystem. You could, and again, these are just the principles. If you want, add in a few handfuls. This got a little bit of wet in the rain, but this is just a dry organic fertilizer. Any of them work. I would put in 4 or 5 handfuls into here. You don't need to do this, but sometimes people like to do it. You can amend this with additional things, but I'm just giving you the best way to do it on a budget. So I'm gonna dump in the compost and then just mix all this through, fill up the containers. So mixing will get your arms dirty. You can do this in different ways if you want. You can do them in small batches. You can do 1 container at a time if that's easier for you to manage. Doesn't matter how you do it. I like to dump everything out onto a tarp. Mix it through once, and then let me stand up. And then just flatten it out like this. And you're gonna take your arm and you're just gonna go right down the middle and lift all the way around. And that will really make a nice mixture of all the ingredients that you're adding in there. And when you're done, you want something that when you squeeze it, it breaks apart. There's not a lot of moisture in here yet, but I can feel that it almost feels rubbery, that you squeeze it and it bounces back. That's what you're looking for, something like that. You could add in a little more peat, a little more compost, whatever you want to feel that it's pretty good. But this is gonna drain well, it's gonna hold water, it's got the compost in there. If you decided to throw in some organic granular, that will help over time. But it's the water-soluble that's gonna really feed your plants and take care of them for the season. Next step, let's fill up one of the containers. The fill is pretty straightforward. You're not gonna pack it down. you're just gonna scoop it in and then give it a shake, and let it fill the container. You want it to be loose. It's gonna hold moisture. At this point, there's still more room in here. I usually take it to about 1/2 inch from the top, 1.25 centimeters, something like that. You can't really go wrong, but you don't want the pockets to have soil way down here. You're better off taking it closer to the top. At this point, if you have limited amount of compost or you have something special you like, put in a couple handfuls now, mix that through. But this needs, some more soil in there. Something like that. We don't want that in there. And give it a shake. You want to make sure you don't overfill it, because you're going to be putting one of these trays right here, and it should sit just above the soil or just into the soil. This is the watering pan for when it self-waters from the top. Water fills in here, gets distributed through the container. And once that's in, if you want to put a little more soil in the pockets, you can do that. This is generally how I do it, and I've been growing with them for 10 years. Next step is to, put it on its base. I do recommend, and in the next video, I'm going to show you how I stack this and get into the details. But that's a spinner base. So I can really easily just rotate this container around, and it allows me to grow on both sides. I rotate it every couple of days. Each side gets a good amount of sun, so that's not one side that sits full in shade. So let me get the base together, talk a little bit more about growing in these vertical planters. But this looks great. I'm gonna, after it's stacked together, because if you water it, it's gonna be heavy. So I'm gonna stack it up, then I'm gonna water the pockets in, let water get absorbed in there. And then, like I said, in future videos, I'm going to be planting these up. I just want to show off the spinner base. If you're growing in a place, maybe the sun is only coming in from one direction, you want to maximize the sun, it is so easy to turn this. It's a really well-designed spinner base, and it's definitely worth it. And I just give it like 3/4 of a turn every couple of days or something like that. I also, I'll talk in future videos if you want to subscribe, follow me on growing these. On the side that might be protected from the sun, on the north side, I might grow crops that want less sun or like cooler temperatures. And then on the other side, the hot peppers go in there. So you can plant with different strategies, but the spinner base is really nice. Each tier just locks right in place into the tier below it. And this is nice and stable. I've never had these blow over in 10 years, but twice. And the winds got up past 50 miles per hour. And the trick, if you're in an area that you're nervous about the wind knocking them over, pay attention to the weather. When the winds are coming, just soak these down. The ones that fell over weren't saturated with water. Once you add water, it puts so much weight in there, the wind's not gonna do anything to them. But it looks good. I'm gonna finish up the tiers. This is the last tier. You're gonna have extra soil because you've added compost and peat moss. You can even use cocoa coir, whatever you want to use. Nice and loose. We didn't press it down. I just wanted to maybe clarify a little bit of how often to do this. You do not have to do this yearly. So you have one growing season, and then you have a second growing season. You don't need to change it. You may want to change it the third season depending on, how stuff is looking. But I really try and go fill it, refresh it, grow 1 year, grow second year, grow third year, fourth year, do what you see. Every year, you don't have to be adding in compost and organic granular fertilizer like I was saying. You're just going to really support this with water-soluble fertilizer. If you don't want to use the chemical fertilizer like I suggested on the first pour, just use organic the whole time. But it's the organic water-soluble you can use year after year that's going to provide the nutrients for your plants that are growing in the GreenStalk. So you could go up to 3 years growing in a quality, container mix, and then dump it out and do this process again. The vertical planter is assembled. Wherever the soil seems low, go in and put a couple handfuls. Like this is a little bit low, in my opinion, it would work, but you really want to bring it up, something like that. You can't really overfill it, but you don't want the soil deep in the pockets. That's a mistake a lot of people make. But again, look how easy this spins. And it's ready for planting. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. Tomato and pepper seeds are only $1.75 each. All other seeds are $1.50 a pack. If you want to grow vertically, save space, grow a whole lot in a single footprint that's only 3 feet by 3 feet, check out GreenStalk Garden's vertical planters. Remember, they're on sale, $50 off right now, and use my code for an additional discount. Thanks so much for watching.